So what do you see in my hand? What object is that? A piece of paper? Then you're right. A piece of paper is two-dimensional, length by width. But what do you see now? Does the object look different in my hand? It might look like a ball of paper, because it is. So a ball of paper has 3 dimensions, so an extra dimension of depth. But what if I come even closer? You may see that the ball of paper is crumbled. The creases and the parts to it actually resemble the extra dimensions in our universe. That's right, there are more than 3 dimensions. This multi-dimensional universe is the basis of string theory. So what is string theory? String theory states that all the fundamental particles of our universe are made of tiny, vibrating filaments of energy called strings. What are fundamental particles? They are particles that can't be broken down any further and make up the universe around us. For example, gravitons, which make up gravity, photons, which make up light, and subatomic particles like electrons, neutrons, and protons, and many more particles like quarks and leptons and other ones. So if these tiny particles which make up our universe are actually made of strings, that means everything around us is made of strings. Let me help you visualize these strings. For example, let's take a block of wood. A block of wood is made up of tiny compact atoms, and those atoms are made up of subatomic particles like electrons, protons, and neutrons. Those particles are made up of even more smaller particles called quarks, tiny little spheres. And those quarks are made up of, well, we don't know yet. But according to string theory, they're made up of tiny strings. Now, strings can vary in sizes. They don't have to look like this. For example, they can be closed, they can have different frequencies, they might even be open. And these different shapes of strings make different particles. One could make a proton, the other could make an electron, one might make a photon, one might even make a graviton. It's pretty cool that everything around us is made of strings. But did you know there's something even more fascinating about this theory? That's right. Remember when I said in the beginning of the video, a multidimensional universe is the basis of string theory? What did I mean by that? Well, on the mathematical side of string theory, the equations don't work in our 3-dimensional world. They only work if there's 11 dimensions. That's right, there's an extra 8 dimensions in our universe, but why can't we see them? Well, we don't have the equipment to see them yet. That's because they're so minute. And these dimensions go in all different directions and they interlap with each other. But they're so small, we just can't see them. We don't have the equipment. But I hope in the future we'll be able to see them. But that's not it. String theory gets even better. We all know what happened after the Big Bang. But do you know what happened before and how it happened? Well, string theory explains just that. String theory not only says that there are multiple dimensions, but there are also multiple universes. Let me help you visualize. Let's take, for example, this circle is our universe, and the other circle is another universe. If these circles were to combine, they would form a bigger circle or a bigger universe. Vice versa, if this big universe was to fission or separate, they would create 2 smaller universes. This is how the string theory explains the Big Bang. String theory can't be explained in just 5 minutes, but I hope I've developed your interest to research more about it. Thank you.